Yay. I would like to begin by acknowledging one of our dignitaries. I want to see if she is here, Linda Tatum, our Assistant City Manager. I don't believe she's here yet, but welcome, Linda. Hopefully you arrive soon. Yay! But without further ado, let's get the show started. To share some remarks, please welcome our Mayor, Rex Richardson.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I am Rex Richardson. I'm the mayor. Some of you probably saw me a little bit earlier with my two little girls. It's spring break, so I'm on daddy duty. They're tagging along, so we got to make this fun. I was explaining what we're doing with the Grand Prix because they haven't been to the Grand Prix since they were really little. They're 5 and 8 now, but they were really little when we brought them before. And so I said, it's a little bit like Mario Kart 8 on your Nintendo Switch, except it's real and in Long Beach. So you get the things that you love. You get to see some racing, and it's in the city that you're born and raised in. So let's hear it for the experience we're going to have this weekend and everybody who was involved in putting together this incredible event. I was just telling Jim, I told the sun to just hold off for a little bit. We want as much sun as we can this weekend, so we're going to save it for today. But we're honored to be with all of you today as we recognize and continue this incredible tradition of our Motorsports Walk of Fame right here on our Pine Avenue corridor. And we're recognizing James Hinchcliffe and Ryan Hunter-Reay, and I had an opportunity to meet James backstage, and I'm like, dude, I thought I was young as a 39-year-old mayor. This guy's 36, and he's already on a Walk of Fame. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And so I want to just, take a moment just to welcome you all here on behalf of our city. We're excited to have you here. We're excited about the numbers and the optimism and the excitement around this year's race. We know that this is an exciting weekend for us. We're going to hear the roars of the cars. We miss those roars of the cars. We're going to hear those. We hear those engines from all over town. We hear those engines. Even, I probably live further than any other mayor. I live up in the north side of Long Beach, and we hear the engines of the Grand Prix 6 miles away in North Long Beach. No wonder why people from far and wide come to Long Beach every year for this incredible tradition. And so I just want to thank all of you for being here with us today. I want to extend my sincere congratulations to the honorees and my many thanks to everyone who's been involved, Jim, the Grand Prix Association, all of the volunteers, all of the individuals who helped set up the track, everyone who continues this tradition of the Motorsports Walk of Fame. I want to just extend my sincere congratulations and thanks to you. And now I'd like to invite our first district councilwoman, Mary Zendejas, to say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be with all of you guys here today on this beautiful, incredible, glorious morning. I mean, come on, where else can you wear shorts and t-shirts on an overcast day and still feel very comfortable? Yes, I am so happy to be with all of you guys here today on this very, very special occasion. The Walk of Fame was created in 2006 in honor of the key contributors to the sport of auto racing, including the drivers and owners. This marks the 17th Motorsports Walk of Fame ceremony. And it is a privilege to be a part of this event as we recognize our honorees. Congratulations, Ryan and James. So very, very, very proud of you guys. It is my honor to be here and have this event, not only in this gorgeous, wonderful city of Long Beach, but also in the 1st District. So really excited about that. And with that, I'd love the opportunity to welcome our next speaker, our Vice Mayor and 2nd District Councilwoman, Cindy Allen.
Hello, Long Beach. For those of you that have traveled here from all over the world, welcome to the LBC. And then also for all of our racing enthusiasts, welcome back and get ready for an adrenaline-filled weekend. The Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach is America's #1 street race. And it's always an excellent opportunity to showcase our community to a vast national and international audience. And it definitely contributes to the vitality of our city. Here in Long Beach, the race has historically had an estimated annual economic impact of $33 million, creating over 350 full-time jobs and increased tax revenue. And last year, we drew an estimated 188,000 race fans attending in person. So we're grateful for this chance to share this experience with every single one of our guests. And the Motorsports Walk of Fame is presented through an award-winning private-public partnership that traditionally serves as the official kickoff to the Grand Prix weekend. The partners who work with the City of Long Beach to make this event possible is the Grand Prix Association of Long Beach, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and SMG. This is the 48th Grand Prix of Long Beach, and each year it gets better and better. And thanks to our outstanding, devoted partners, and also to all the race fans like yourself that come and attend. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Mayor, Mayor, Council Member. As mentioned, the Grand Prix is a global sensation that draws in visitors and viewers from around the world. The event is broadcasted and followed by race fans worldwide, and it all happens because of the hard work and dedication of Jim McCallion. Woo! And his team, of course, at the Grand Prix Association of Long Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the President and CEO of the Grand Prix Association of Long Beach, Mr. Jim McCallion.
Thank you very much for that introduction, and I'd love to say a welcome to this warm, sunny Southern California day, but we just haven't quite got there yet. But we're hoping that the forecasts are going to ring true and that the next 3 days will provide the kind of sunshine that we're all used to, except for the last few months. But welcome, everybody. This is, as somebody mentioned, this is the kickoff to our Grand Prix weekend, and we're delighted that you have a chance to come and join with us. It's always a pleasure to induct a couple of new members into the Long Beach Motorsports Walk of Fame. You know, I was thinking, as I'm walking down here, you know, we started this back in 2006, if you remember. Dan Gurney and Phil Hill were the first two inductees. And just as a side note, it was mentioned to me that today is Dan Gurney's 92nd birthday. So thanks very much to Dan and for all he did. You all are aware of the contribution he made to the inception of this event, and we're delighted we had a chance to honor him. And look at this pantheon of racing greats that line Pine Avenue. You know, it's over these last 17 years, we've been able to honor a great number of people who've contributed to not only to the world of motorsports, but to the sport in general. And come to think of it, if you look behind me, there isn't a lot more room on Pine Avenue going this way. So I'm going to have to get creative about finding some new positions for the new inductees. But I think we've got another 2 or 3 years to be able to get this accomplished at this end of Pine Avenue. But today we are delighted to be able to induct two very well-deserved members into the Walk of Fame. The first is a gentleman who has had a very distinguished racing career, actually raced here in a number of different disciplines over the years. Atlantics, he won his first Indy Lights race here in 2010, 2011. He came back and graduated to the big boys, the Indy cars, and placed fourth. And in 2012, he was here and placed third. And if you remember, some of you remember back, he had I guess you'd call it a dubious distinction of replacing Danica Patrick in that GoDaddy car for Andretti. And he did very well in terms of garnering some very positive publicity out of that. But he went on. If you remember, he had that significant accident in Indy in 2015. Came back, recovered, and sat on a pole at Indy in 16, which was quite an accomplishment. And then to solidify everything, he came back here in 2017 and won the IndyCar race here, and has had a very distinguished career in terms of his racing capability. But as most of you know, he didn't end there. You probably see more of him behind a microphone than you did when you saw him in his race car, because he's a very valued member of the team that puts on the commentary for the NBC broadcast, which, by the way, we'll have again. NBC will be covering this event on Sunday afternoon from 12 to 3 on NBC Network, plus distribution through Peacock and a number of other streaming services. But he has done an extraordinary job, and if you listen to his commentary, you know it really has added value to what is being described in terms of all the activities. So we're very delighted to be able to welcome the mayor of Hinchtown, Mr. James Hinchcliffe.
Morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out, and thank you everybody who's spoken so far. Thanks for the introduction, Jim. This is a very, very special day for me, certainly. You know, when I told my wife that I was getting indicted here in Long Beach, no. She was quite happy for me, as I am thrilled. You know, this place is so special, and I think, you know, when you ask drivers, teams, officials, anybody that's involved in this sport to pick a favorite weekend, pick a favorite event, you sort of take Indy 500 off the table because that's not a fair comparison, apples to apples. I think you'd get an overwhelming number of people telling you that Long Beach is the weekend that they circle on their calendar every year, that they really look forward to. The history, I think, of this event is really what does it. You know, sports is all about history, and, you know, just walking down this pathway here, you see some of the greatest names of the sport that have raced here and raced all over the world, and this city committing themselves to the greats of the sport like this, like in Victory Lane, having names and faces down in the victory circle there. I think it really shows how much the city gets behind it, and we feel that as competitors and as members of the community of IndyCar, and so that's why this place means so much. You know, as Jim said, I have had a lot of special days here in my career, a couple firsts, and, you know, a couple days that I will never forget. So to be recognized, you know, to be inducted alongside some of my most esteemed colleagues and friends and heroes is really, truly an honor. And thanks to everybody who showed up today. I have some special people in the audience close to me, some family, my wife and brother-in-law, my esteemed colleagues from NBC, Townsend Bell and Lee Diffie here. Round of applause. Thank you for helping me so much on my transition out of the car and into the booth. And no, it really is truly an honor. It's something I will cherish forever. So thank you all. Thank you to Jim and the Grand Prix Association of Long Beach for this incredible honor. And I look forward to a heck of a race on Sunday. Cheers.
Great.
First one's me. You know, actually, well, I'd be remiss without mentioning the other driver who I'm sure will be introduced here in a second, Ryan Hunter-Reay. Incredible friend of mine, incredible racing driver. We both have great histories here at Long Beach. If he was here, he would tell you how he met his wife Becky here, and, you know, he won the race here in 2010, which really kind of reignited his IndyCar career, which led to a lot of other things. So we both have a race win here. But in 2014, Ryan and I and Joseph Newgarden were all racing for the win, and and we got caught up in an accident, took out all three, but we were running 1, 2, 3. So I think if he was here, he would agree that I should have 2. So since I'll just say it for him. So he doesn't have the ability to fight me on that one. So I should have 2. He should have 1. I should have 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be here all week. Well, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. Say again? I can't pull off the indicted joke.
No.
Couldn't pull that one off.
That's totally.
Thank you very much, James, and Cindy, too, in this unveiling. It's actually, it's nice. For those who were last year, remember we had a little bit of a problem getting the medallions, so it's very nice to have them in position, in place. And thanks to Long Beach Public Works Department for all the effort they put in to keep this clean and shiny. And thank you, James, for coming out and sharing the honor with us. As he mentioned, unfortunately, our second inductee is not present with us today. Ryan Hunter-Reay happens to live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And for those of you, excuse me, who've been watching or hearing the news, yesterday they had a record-breaking rainfall there, 24 inches of rain in and around that Broward County area, which encompasses the airport. So Ryan, Becky, and the family had gone to the airport and were sitting there waiting to get their flight when this deluge came through. And obviously they canceled all the flights. Then they canceled all the ingress and egress out of the airport because actually the cars were starting to float through the parking garage. And so as a consequence of that, he and Becky and the family were stranded. So he sent me an email saying, we're stuck, but we're going to try to find a flight out to get there for today's ceremony. And unfortunately, that was not going to happen. So he is actually on his way here on a private plane and will arrive later on today. But we still want to go ahead and do the unveiling of his medallion, because he, like James, has had a tremendous amount of success here. He did win this race, his IndyCar race here in 2010. 2012, he was the IndyCar Series champion, and in 2014, he won the Indy 500. So he has had a tremendous successful accomplishments in terms of his racing career. He actually races a lot of sports car racing. You might have seen he ran the GTLM Corvette car back in 2016, and has done some other contesting with the Rolex 24. So he's a very accomplished driver. And actually, if he were here, he'd probably reiterate the fact that he's going to be back in the Indy 500 this year, running for DRR in the Indy 500. So look for Ryan Hunter-Reay to be back at something he enjoys doing and doing well. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to unveil the medallion in his honor. And in the meantime, he sent me, I asked him to send me a couple of comments that I could share with you, and I'd like to do that now if you would allow me to. And these are Ryan Hunter-Reay's words. He said, "What an incredible honor it is to be inducted into the Grand Prix of Long Beach Motorsports Walk of Fame. I grew up watching this race, idolizing the winners, dreaming of one day having a chance to wrestle an IndyCar around this crown jewel of street circuits. From my first laps in anger here in 2002, I instantly fell in love with this track. To this day, I can honestly say qualifying at Long Beach in a dialed-in IndyCar are some of the best moments of my racing career. In 2010, my victory here was a turning point in my career, a pivotal win which I dedicated to my mother, Lydia, who had just recently passed away from cancer. With just 3 races on the sponsorship, and Long Beach being the last one, this race secured his position not only for the rest of the 2010 season, but for the rest of the 12 years that I was able to spend with Andretti Autosport. I would like to thank my family, everyone who has supported me throughout my career. Thank you, Jim, and your team and everyone else involved in making the Grand Prix of Long Beach such a success. Unfortunately, it's from yesterday, I'm writing this to you in a shut-down, overcrowded airport. All flights canceled, all access denied. Congratulations to my good friend and former teammate James Hinchcliffe as well. Only fitting we had been inducted together. My family and I were really looking forward to this special event." That's Ryan Hunter-Reay, and it really exemplifies the class that he has always exhibited. So in his honor, today, Mary, if you'll join us. I'll come down and make believe like I'm Ryan Hunter-Reay. And those of you who know Ryan Hunter-Reay is about 6'2", and I'm not anywhere near that. But let me see what we can do about commemorizing what Ryan was all about.
Please join me in another round of applause. Our honoree here will be signing some autographs. If you guys can please be patient and walk to the back table, that's where the autographs will happen. And again, thank you so much for coming and have an amazing weekend.